So a few weeks ago, I went to the bookstore and decided to pick up my copy of Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. And this book has completely changed how I think about money. This is regarded as one of the most popular finance books, and even on the blurb it says, the #1 personal finance book of all time, and a classic that has stood the test of time. As soon as I started reading this book, I found it to be very captivating and easy to read. He uses such good language to explain such difficult concepts, especially in the world of finance, where me as a teenager, I don't know much about finance because school doesn't teach us this. And what this book does, it exploits the myth that you need to earn a high income to become rich. This is especially in a world where technology, robots, and the global economy are changing the rules, Very important thing Robert does in his book is he teaches us why acquiring and building assets, if you read the book, you'll understand what they are. Yeah, he teaches us why building assets can be more important to your future than a big paycheck. Another thing he does, which I think is also very important and crucial, especially to the young generation, he reminds us why we can't count on the school system to teach us about money. And it's a very crucial life skill that we have to develop by ourselves, our financial IQ. Since this book is written in the perspective of, a rich dad and a poor dad, it's also great for adults to read because it explains what to teach your kids about money. So I believe that adults should also go up and pick up this book. The reason I'm making this video is I want to share this book with you guys and I want you to go out and give it a read. And I want to quickly outline a few things that Robert dives into before you purchase the book so you have a clue of what's going on. First topic Robert dives into in his book, Rich Dad Poor Dad, is the importance of financial education, which is super important to us young audiences. He emphasizes the importance of developing your financial IQ and how it's essential for building wealth. He also stresses how people should take an active interest to develop this IQ and learn about investing, accounting, and all these other important concepts. So in chapter 5, he talks about 4 main technical skills that make up financial intelligence, which involves accounting, investing, understanding markets, and the law. If you read the book, I believe that you'll gain a grasp on what these are, and so you can go and research them for yourself. The second thing Robert really stresses in his book is the importance of understanding the difference between an asset and a liability, which is why the book has become famous. He argued that your house is not an asset, which is a very controversial topic, and he introduces the concepts of these assets and liabilities and explains why it's important to generate more assets and less liabilities to make income. He argues that many people get trapped in a cycle of accumulating cars, houses, credit card debt, instead of developing their assets. And on his books, I don't know if you can see that, but he makes these little statement sheets and explains where your income goes, where expenses go. And I believe that if you read the book yourself, it really helps understand the concept much better. These little income statement sheets that he does. And so I really believe you should go pick up a copy to understand this concept between an asset and liability. The topic Kiyosaki talks about is encouraging entrepreneurship. Well, this is the third thing he does. He argues that starting a business is a great way to generate wealth. He talked about this because he has a lot of stories in the books of him in childhood, and he gives these different reactions because the book is called Rich Dad Poor Dad, and meaning he had a rich dad and a poor dad. His rich dad, he had a very different view on money and wealth. He believed that entrepreneurship was a great way to develop wealth, while his dad, his other dad, the educated dad, had a completely different take on money. Educated dad believed that you should keep your job, and stay safe, not take any risks, while his rich dad, the one that actually had wealth, accumulated wealth, and given great advice to the boys when they were young, if you read the stories in the book, he argues the complete opposite, and he thinks that you should take calculated risks, as they're very important for building your financial wealth, as well as your intelligence and learning new concepts. I really liked how this book, the Rich Dad, he kind of links, the importance of financial education with life stories as well as your mindset. He talks about your mindset in the book itself, how rich people think, how you should challenge your thinking as well. He gives you these questions to reflect on with your study partner or whatever at the end of each chapter. I can barely get my words out. There's so much to talk about in this book. I can't just explain it in a short video. You have to read it for yourself. And to be honest, the fact that this book has stood the test of time, it's been republished 1 billion times, that just shows how great his advice is on financial wisdom and how it's standard the long test of time, which is a very important factor in advice. Overall, I believe this book has given me a completely new perspective on money, and I believe it's a great starting point for any other people looking to take control of their financial future. If you'd like to buy this book, be sure to click the link in the description. I have linked it for you on Amazon. Pick it up for yourself, give it a read, or even pick it up for your friends and family. This is a great present. Who wouldn't want to learn about money? Let's be honest. This is a great way to start your, financial journey, building up your financial intelligence, so you can go on and read other books, even by Robert Kiyosaki if you want. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to let me know in the comments what you think about the book, and I'll see you next time. Peace.